What does the text most strongly suggest about the song sung by Rainey and Smith? In her 1998 book, Blue Legacies and Black Feminism, Angela Y. Davis bases her analysis in part on recordings of songs sung in the 1920s by Gertrude Ma Rainey and Bessie Smith. Davis focuses on how Rainey and Smith improvised the lyrics, replacing the original lines with mischievous jokes and wordplay. Davis's work was particularly labor-intensive because in order to transcribe or write down the lyrics as Rainey and Smith sang them, Davis had to listen repeatedly to the vinyl recordings, which weren't very clear. So option choice A says, the songs have grown in popularity since Rainey and Smith first sang them. This is incorrect because nothing in the text says anything about the popularity of these songs. It only says that these were recordings sung in the 1920s and that Angela Y. Davis was analyzing these recordings in her book in 1998. Nowhere does it mention anything about popularity. Therefore, A is incorrect. B. There were more recordings made of Rainey's songs than there were of Smith's. This is incorrect because nothing in the text suggests that there were more recordings of Rainey's songs than Smith's. Rather, it doesn't suggest the number of songs made by the two at all. It simply says that they had recordings of songs and mentions them both together as they improvised the lyrics. So nothing in the text suggests that Rainey ever made more songs than Smith. So B is incorrect. C. There were few, if any, reliable transcriptions of Smith's and Rainey's improvised lyrics when Davis began her research. This seems to be the correct answer because the text supports this, where it highlights how Davis's work was particularly labor-intensive because in order to transcribe or write down the lyrics as Rainey and Smith sang them, Davis had to listen repeatedly to the vinyl recordings, which weren't very clear. So this properly supports the claim that there were few, if any, reliable transcriptions of Smith's and Rainey's improvised lyrics when Davis began her research. So because there were few reliable transcriptions of the lyrics, it highlights how Davis began her research because there was few reliable transcriptions of the lyrics. It makes sense because it justifies why she began her work of transcribing their lyrics. So overall, C seems to be the correct answer. D. According to Davis, the songs sung by Rainey were more musically innovative than those sung by Smith typically were. This is incorrect because although it does highlight how Rainey and Smith improvised the lyrics and through mischievous jokes and wordplay, it doesn't suggest that Rainey sung songs that were more musically innovative than those sung by Smith were. Therefore, because this isn't mentioned in the text, D is incorrect, and the correct answer is C.